growing up, I remember being a kid, life was difficult, life was really, really challenging. And when I went to secondary school, things got even more difficult for me because I started to act out and started to behave really, really badly because I wasn't happy and I was experiencing a lot of stress in home. And I started doing drugs, I started stealing, I started drinking a lot, and I started gambling. I believed that I could profit from gambling. I believed I could control my gambling. And I really held on to these beliefs. And these beliefs provided the basis, the foundation of a very serious gambling problem later on in life. Every time I had a bit of money, I'd experience a lot of gambling urges and cravings. And I couldn't deal with those. I didn't know how to deal with those. All I knew was that I physically felt tense. I physically felt really uncomfortable. And I was completely obsessed with the idea of gambling. And so the only way I could deal with this was by gambling in itself. Pretty much all the time I'd get my money, and all that money was gambling money. So I'd end up gambling to the point of having no money. And then I'd realise, hang on a minute, I haven't bought myself food, I haven't paid my rent, how am I going to cope, how am I going to survive the next week or 2 weeks or month until I get the next bit of money. Having told my dad what I've been through, and he suggested, go to the NHS gambling clinic, and that's what I did.
What people can expect is kind of a high-level, evidence-based treatment for problem gambling. And they'll get a very comprehensive assessment looking at all their needs, not just the gambling problem. And then we'll come up with a treatment plan, and they'll be offered usually either group or individual psychological therapy for their gambling problem.
For the first time, I met clinicians and professionals who actually understood gambling and gambling problems. I also met a whole lot of people who also had gambling problems. So this was a really new experience for me. So after I engaged in treatment there, for the first time in my 10 or 11 years of trying to quit gambling, I was able to stop gambling and stay stopped for quite a long period of time. For the first time at almost 30 years old, I began to experience actually, I'm beginning to experience life beyond gambling. And it was a beautiful thing. It felt amazing. It was really, really good. And it is really, really good.
We'd really encourage people to make contact with the service. Even if they're not sure if they want treatment, even if they just want to find out more information, then they're welcome to contact us and have an informal chat about what to expect.
My advice to anyone who's struggling with gambling is to realise actually you're not alone and there is hope. As much as things might be feeling very difficult and very painful today, that pain and that discomfort can go away. And understand as well that there are places that can help and that there are people who understand.
So if you need help with any problems or if you're interested in treatment for gambling, then you can contact us via the Southern Health website.